So welcome back to Turner Max Adventures. If you have not been following us on Instagram, you may not know, but we have some big changes coming this season. We know it's called Turner Max Adventures. We may need to change it to Turner Mags Adventures.
Or something else. We're still working on that.
Yeah, but we have a new camper. And so stay tuned. We are headed for our Shakedown trip right now. So as soon as we get to the campground, we will show you around.
We know it's been a little while, so bear with us. We got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah.
So we're headed on our Shakedown trip, and we decided to go somewhere we've been before just because we're familiar. We wanted to be somewhere where we were familiar with the area. And so we didn't want to go too close, so we're going about 4 hours away into southern Missouri, to the Current River area where there's lots of springs, and we're going to float the Current River, and we're going to be in the Round Springs campground, which is a National River campground, and it has electricity and water availability, dump station, etc., kind of your typical stuff. It's really close to where we stayed last time we were in this area, which was the Echo Bluff State Park, Missouri State Park. And so it's just down the road from that one. And we just wanted to try this one. It was closed last time, the Round Spring one was, and so we didn't really even get to check it out. So I think they've had a lot of upgrades, so we'll show you that when we get there. Checking my new Level Mate Pro.
It's a new toy.
Yeah. Okay, it says on the driver's side I need to come up an inch. Yeah, I forgot. Because this is dual axle, I had to have two of these. So fortunately we don't have to come up much, so I don't think it'll take much. I'm gonna get these set right though. Come on in. Hi guys, we are in our new camper.
Yay!
We traded in our little guy, and we purchased an Intech. They changed it. It used to be Terra, now it's Aucta
Magnolia.
So
it's a long name.
It's a long name. Intech is the company who made it. We're
Yes.
going to call it our Intech Magnolia.
Yes.
The other name just gets in the way.
Yeah.
You know, there's several reasons why we wanted to kind of upgrade a little bit from our little guy. We had our little guy for 6 years. It was great. We loved it. We had it what, 65,000 miles around the country that we've put on this thing with 2 vehicles.
Yeah.
And everything. And the things that we liked about it that we wanted in our next camper was the little guy was small enough to get into national parks and national forest campgrounds, and so that was kind of a thing. We didn't want anything.
We still wanted that.
We still wanted to have that. So this one, even though the interior feels huge compared to the little guy, it's only 1.5 feet longer. This one is 22.5 feet from tip to tip, versus the little guy was 21 feet and only an 18-foot box, but it was 21 feet from tip to tip. So not a whole lot longer, but it is wider and it is taller. And
so I can kind of turn it around so you can see. We don't have that angled slope in the back.
Right. It's not a teardrop.
Huge difference.
It is wider. It's about probably, I think it's 8 to 10 inches wider, and then a little taller. I'm just right at 6 foot, and so you can see even with this area that comes down for the ducted air conditioner, I have plenty of room. Let's show you around a little bit. It's very similar in layout, front to back, a lot like the little guy. So you can obviously you have a dinette up here that does turn into a bed with the table and a shorter leg, and it goes right there, and you can make this into a bed. Things that we like about this that are very similar, right? Big front window, you know. Front window doesn't open like in the Max, but wow, look at, I mean, it just got has a, you know, obviously looking at my truck right now is probably not the best view, but you see what I'm saying. Has storage all along the front, just very similar. Has windows on both sides. Underneath, Underneath this side, we have storage that's available either from underneath or from the outside through a door. Storage under the front is where the propane tanks go. And then storage underneath this side is where our batteries and our inverter and everything go. And so we have in the solar controller and everything, all that is underneath that side. And so, as you can see though, and then storage up here, and the storage up front, the table is nice, it turns, make it easy, but the storage up here, actually, because of the way this is designed in the front of this, it goes very deep. You can see, it goes really, really deep back in there. And so, it's a really nice storage area where we can put all kinds of stuff. So continuing on around from the dinette, we have the pantry. So the pantry is nice and big. Has 2 pull-out drawers that are soft close. I mean, and you can see we're trying out different ways to organize and do everything there. The doors are nice, they're soft closed as well. We did add a few things. We added some magnets and that kind of thing just to make sure that we keep it closed. There is a television here, 110, so you must be on shore power or use your inverter. So it's not a 12-volt TV like our little guy had. Mm-hmm. Above here is kind of your control panel. And so this is where you can turn on your inverter. This is where you have your fuses and breaker box. And then because we have the solar package, you can see we have a secondary breaker box for everything that runs through the inverter. This is where I turn the inverter on. And then this is my battery monitor that comes with we got the solar package, as I mentioned. And so it comes with this. I have 200 amp hours of lithium-ion batteries below and 400 watts of solar on the back with 2 panels. And all of that is, controlled right here. Then you've got your battery on and off switch. So another difference, I guess, between our little guy and our Magnolia is the fridge. Look how big. This is a huge fridge. So this is a Norcold fridge. It is a 2-way fridge, so either 110 or battery only. So no, it is not it doesn't use gas, so it's not that type of a fridge. And so we were a little, not necessarily worried, but it was going to be different. We were so used to the evaporative fridge and it just sipped gas. The thing that we didn't like about it is it didn't always stay cold. In real high heat, it wouldn't always keep everything cold. This one, again, it is massive. It is huge with a big freezer up top.
Yeah, we don't have very many things in here this trip because
this is just a weekend.
This
is just
getaway.
A weekend trip. But it is it is just so massive. And, but we did carry over a few things that we learned from our Macs. And this is one. We have our refrigerator temp monitor so that I can put the sensor up in the freezer, put the other one down there, and I don't have to keep opening and closing it, and I can keep an eye on if the fridge is staying as cold as it needs to be. On the way here, it's about 4 hours drive time, but we stopped, so it was probably about 4 and a half, 5 to get here, and it worked like a champ.
Perfectly.
Worked like a champ. Looking around, so that was the refrigerator. So going to the other part of the kitchen, just here, right as you come on the entry door, you got some controls down here and you got controls up here. And so the controls up here, this is basically your power monitoring station where you can monitor your battery, your black tank, your gray tank, your fresh tank. It also has, this is where you control your water pump. And because we got the Rover package, it also has the tank heaters. So it has a tank heater and a line heater. So it's not necessarily built to be a 4-season camper. But I mean, it is insulated. It does have some level of insulation, but you're not going to take it in the dead of winter under 20, you know, really, really cold weather.
For a long period of time.
For a long period of time, right. But we will take it. We like to go camping in the shoulder seasons, so we're going to use the heater and those kinds of things. But in case it does, in case we do need it, we've got those line heaters that work there. In addition, so there's a stereo, and it is hooked to the front television so that you can play. The sound will come through that from the front TV. And then this is, and I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, we have a tankless water heater.
We have yet to try it. Tonight will be the first time. Right.
We haven't taken a shower with it yet, so we don't know how it's going to work. I've kind of tested it just to see how long it takes for the water to heat up and that kind of thing. Things that I have learned is if you shut the water off, so that's what we would do in the Max. We would take our shower, turn on the water, get wet, turn the water off at the spigot, soap up, turn the water back on, and it would be fine. It would just recover. You'd have a little bit that cooled off in the line, but that was it. With this one, if you don't run the water, it doesn't heat up. And so if you turn the water off, it will stop. Then you turn the water on and you got to wait for it to heat back up. So I don't know. We're going to test it. We'll let you know how it works. So we have that. And then down here, we've got, 110 outlet. We've got USB ports. We've got our lights, which include an accent light up front. So this one is the accent light, and you can see, yep, right underneath that front. And then the other one beside it is we have cabinet lights, which are in the blue, which we really like as well. So it'll be really nice accent lights for whenever we're in at night. And then it also has accent front light accent, and then a porch light on the outside. So those two are outside lights. In addition to that, we have an awning. So it's a power awning outside, so lets us go in and out. And that awning also has a wind gauge, or basically, a wind sensor, so that it will automatically retract whenever the wind, whenever on a windy day. It does have accent lights here, so you do have a light as you're doing your meal prep. Like I said, nice big farmhouse sink with a cabinet underneath. We did put some magnets on the doors, but it's got a nice place for garbage can. We chose to use these. We actually pulled these out of our Max and use them here. We used to have our clothes in the closet. That was in our clothes closet. And so nice deep sink. We use this so that we can, separate, wash and rinse or whatever we need to do. It does come with this so that you can put this across, have a little more counter space if you need it. Mm-hmm. Gas stove, just typical gas stove that we haven't even used it yet, so did come with a combination microwave and convection oven. Yeah, we just have those magnets on there. Now, it comes with a rack. We got a circular rack so that we could put it on so it would spin if we needed it to in convection mode. We haven't cooked anything in it. We've tried it out, make sure it works and everything. We haven't cooked anything in it yet. The one thing that I would tell you that's a little different is in the Max, we had a lot of drawers. We had a lot of drawers, like big drawers under the bed. There was one for underneath the fridge. There was, quite a few around the underneath the stove and everything. This one, you got 2 drawers basically, and they're really, really shallow. So we have to make the best of it. We have this one for silverware and just odds and end utensils and that kind of thing. And that's it. They're soft close and everything. And then you have one right here that we use for just odds and ends. We have batteries and other things in there that we use, but they're real shallow and just really kind of, I don't know, they're just kind of made just for little things.
But you don't have to worry about drawers opening on you.
That's the other thing. Yeah, you don't have to worry about drawers opening on you either way. Instead of drawers though, there's a lot more overhead. Now you had this in the Max as well, but there's a lot more overhead storage. And so we've got cups and plates here. And then we've got just a couple of storage things. And you know, we haven't even filled this space yet.
There's a lot of space that we have not filled.
There is. It does have a lot of storage. Like the Max had a great amount of storage for such a small camper. This one has a lot of storage both inside and outside. It's just configured differently. And so, you know, I've got in the pantry, it's short and wide versus the pantry in the Max was right here and it was tall and skinny. So we're trying to work through it and figure out kind of how to fit everything that we have into it so that it's kind of organized and we know where everything is.
Mm-hmm. And it's soft close.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they're really nice, soft close, and really strong magnets on it too, so that it will open. One thing I did add, we put a level mate on there so that as I'm backing up the truck, I can see how level it is side to side, and without even really getting out of the truck, just open it on my phone. So I'm standing under the air conditioner, and you can probably hear it, but the one thing I will tell you is because they built it this and they have this drop down and it's ducted, part of it goes towards the bedroom area, part of it goes towards the front area, and I can easily have these go straight down as well. It's not as loud as the Max. This area here is a wet bath. It is a wet bath just like in the Max, and it's kind of situated sort of maybe a little further back than in the Max. I guess it was up here. The fridge and the bathroom are kind of flip-flopped. Yeah, forget the squeak. We're gonna have to fix this. And so you can see, nice big mirror. The way that they have this is an exterior door with 2 seals, so you're sealed in. There's no water coming out. There's privacy. There is privacy. You can see there's a very nice light. It's lit up really well. There is a fan up there, an exhaust fan in here with a waterproof light switch. Again, it is a wet bath. You know, nothing spectacular, nothing major about this. A lot of people don't like a wet bath. We got used to it in the Max, so it really wasn't a big deal for us. We did look at the other one. So Intech has the Magnolia and then they have the Willow. The Willow has a shower on one side and a bathroom on the other that's a dry bath. And it's nice. We didn't care for it just because the area between it was like this much. It felt confined for us. I'm sure a lot of people love it. It did make a big separation between the bedroom area and the front, which a lot of people probably like. They could have some more privacy. The bedroom area, obviously we have lights just right here. Again, more of the blue accent lights in the back that you can see. You can flip those on and off. We do have 110 and USB ports right here so that you can use those. As I showed you guys before, there is a small drawer right here. What I didn't show you down here, and that's more related to the kitchen, is there is a nice big storage area under there. We've got pots and pans and Ziploc bags and other things in there. So again, we're trying to figure out and make sure we know how we're going to utilize all of the storage. That's what we've done so far. Now we do have, this is the area for our clothes. Now, as it comes, there is a hanger here to hang clothes. You hang them front to back. It felt kind of awkward, and I don't know. It didn't suit how we travel and how we store our clothes. So I was able to buy some shelving material, and we put in these 3 shelves. And we did have to, so you have to work around this thing, which is one of the plumbing exhausts. And so it's not a rectangle or a square. It has a cutout in it. So had to work around some of these and cut it out to make it fit. But overall, I feel like it worked really well. And then Christy got these plastic bins so we can put our clothes in there. Just easy in and out. It works for us. She's got a couple shelves. I've got a couple shelves, and we can figure it out from there.
Now on our bigger trips, you know, we might not even use these. We may just line our clothes up and be able to fit more clothes into that.
Right.
But this will be plenty of room for all of our clothes, whether we have these in or not. So we can use that as an option.
Absolutely. And if we do need more clothing space, There's areas up here. We got baskets up there right now. There's basically nothing up there right now.
Right.
We've got another one over here where we've got some blankets, and again, nothing up there. There's a small little storage area right here, you know, for little things. We're barely using that right now. And then up here, strong magnets. Again, nothing in there. We got a sheet in there.
I think we've got some blankets
We have
over
maybe
on
some
this
blankets
side.
over on that side. We got a
But that's
blanket up
empty.
here. These are empty. Again, they're not big storage areas, but it's just, like I said, it's configured differently, and we're having to get used to it. But it's great. I mean, again, lots of storage. I didn't even show this one. There's another little storage area over here, and that's where we've got, we found these little boxes at Bass Pro Shop. And
then they've got our toothbrushes over here.
yeah, but
So-
these are little, just grab and go. I can take this. That's my
Toiletries.
toiletries kit. And I can take that and either take it to the bathroom with me, or if I'm going to a shower house, I can take that with me, and we're good to go. But they fit pretty good in there and seem to work out. I added a couple things, little hooks for little fold down.
We brought them over from the Mac.
Yeah, we actually had those in the Max. We brought those over. So just a little coat hanger or coat hook, or for towels or whatever. Does have another TV back here. It's not hooked into the speaker system, which here's the back speakers that are hooked to our stereo as well. And one thing that we did is we did get this little stick vac, and we got that for the floor. And so if you zoom in on the floor, it is a kind of a woven fabric flooring. It looks like carpet, but it's marine grade, and we think we're really gonna like it. We do have a couple of rugs, obviously, and we'll see how all of that works.
But look, you are standing at the end of the bed.
Hey, yeah, this is new, right? And so the bed, it is a queen size bed, has a regular queen size mattress. We did bring our Froley system over, so we have our Froley underneath it, and we have a topper on it as well. Christy got new beddies for it. And then, yeah, but it has an area here at the foot of the bed where you can go around it so that you're not necessarily having to crawl over your spouse on the way out.
Yeah.
And so it should be easier in and out for whoever's closest to the back end.
And because the bed, well, because the back wall is not sloped, Chris can easily sleep on that side too.
And so I will probably be the one towards the back now instead of Christy.
Yeah.
So, because I didn't have enough room over there.
Yeah.
In the Max for sure. And over here again, you got 110, you got USB outlets. Now now below here, we've got a this is going to be our laundry basket, just kind of out of the way. This does not open, so down below this little ledge and below this cabinet is where the water heater and the water inlet are. So where you hook your water in is just right under there. And so the water pump, so underneath the bed, you have the water pump underneath here, the water heater underneath here. You have, so you can do all of your plumbing valves and everything are under here. So you have to raise your bed up, and there's an access panel and that kind of thing, which we'll probably show you later. A couple of good things. They did think of, there's an automatic kind of winterization hose and a valve. So you just lift it up, get your pink stuff, take that hose, put the end into your jug, flip the valve, and it's really easy. It's a matter of turning on the pump. So it's really easy to winterize as well. The bed is nice. It has this fabric headboard up there that's removable. Just makes it really easy. The lights up there are really nice. You touch it once and it'll turn blue. You touch it and hold it,
Oh.
and it turns white really bright. It does have, so there are 3 exhaust fans, one over the bed, one in the front, and one in the bathroom. Those are controlled right here along with the thermostat, and so they are the max air fans. And so you push the button, it'll open and turn the fan on. You can you open and close it individually, turn the fan speed 1, 2, 3, 4, or close everything. The thermostat is the Coleman Mach, which is what is the air conditioner on the top, and it's really easy. Again, you just set the thermostat to whatever temperature you want. You can adjust the fan speed and everything, and works really well. you do both the air conditioner and the heat through this. And so the furnace is actually under this side of the bed, I believe.
And also with the fan, if it starts raining, it will close.
Oh yeah, it does have a rain sensor on the front ones. The one in the shower it's not as good a fan as this, quite honestly. It's just a real little fan with a button on it and you manually open.
But if it rains in there, it's no big deal.
Right, if it rains in there, it's not a big deal, but yeah, over the bed, it's a big deal. So.
Yeah.
Well, thanks. That kind of completes our inside tour of our new Intech Magnolia. We'll probably have we'll have a part 2 to kind of show you a little bit more on the outside.
So look behind us. This is one of the reasons we love coming to Eminence, Missouri, is to see the springs.
Yeah, we were able to float the current river this morning. It's very murky. We didn't have a lot to show you. We did see some cool otters, but behind us is Alley Springs Mill, and it is on the Jack's Fork River, which merges with the current river downstream, but lots of outfitters and lots of opportunities to float in south central Missouri around Eminence and the Van Buren area.
Lots of other springs to see in this area also.
Oh yeah, lots of cool springs.
So worth a stop.